Okay, good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're going to be discussing Perek Tet Zayin and Masechah Shabbos, Mishnah Vav and Zayin. Mishnah Vav says, "Nachri Shabbat L'Chabos Ein Orma Lo Kabe V'Al Techabe Mimneshu Ein Shu Yisas Ha'Alein." If a fireman who's not Jewish comes to extinguish your ravaging fire in your house, right? Someone called the fire department. You're probably not allowed to call the fire department if it's a fire that's ravaging your house and razing your house. But if he comes, you don't have to tell him not to. You shouldn't tell him, right, extinguish the fire because it's a mir la'akum. You're not supposed to do a huge fire extinguishing on Shabbos that I've talked about. That's the melach kivoy, a business-like transaction with the fire department. Al techabe, but you don't have to tell him not to do it if he does it. You're not responsible for the non-Jew. If the fire department employs people that are ketanim, that are underage, some 12-year-old kids, they want to help out over here. The katan comes and he wants to open up the big fire hydrant, the fire hydrant, or the water hydrant. What is it called? The fire hydrant? Those things they have in America, the water there. Or he wants to take a big hose from the fire truck. You have to tell, if he's Jewish, right, you have to stop him from doing it. The reason you have to stop him from doing it is because you're mitzvah to watch over your animals and do malacha, and you're mitzvah on all the people in your family who do malacha. It's not midin chinuch. It's not midin that you're mitzvah to machane your child. It's just because on Shabbos, all the people in your house, you're responsible to make sure they don't do malacha on Shabbos. That's why you have to tell him to stop. Zayin kofin kar al gabe anir b'shil shel tachas b'kora. If you have a candle, the candle did not tip over here. It's just you realize that you lit it pretty close to a beam of the house, and it's very possible fire jumps sometimes. It might light up the house. So you can put an earthenware cleat on top of the fire so that it shouldn't engulf the beam. If you have excrement of a child, you're allowed to put a cleat over there so it doesn't smell so bad. And if you see a scorpion, you're allowed to put, overturn a bowl on it so it won't be able to move and bite you. Amar Yehuda Ma'isabel if they're rubbing Yocham and Zakkai Ba'arav, a place called Arav. Amar sounds like Arabia. Amar Choshani Lo Michatas. He says someone actually did this. They had a scorpion there, and he put a bowl on top of the scorpion to prevent it from harming the person. He says he's worried the person is chayav chatas, yira malacha. Now, again, like I mentioned, to trap something so it doesn't hurt you, it shouldn't be a malacha. Why does Yocham Zakkai say there's chayav chatas over here? We'll talk about that more in Ian Mitzion. The first two stanzas of the Mishnah are really just halachas about muksa. Even if the kli is muksa, you're allowed to do it over here because you're allowed to move muksa for sorach gufa, the sorach makomo. If you want to use the muksa, you want to use a hammer to crack open a nut, you're allowed to do that even though a hammer is muksa because you're using a sorach gufa or makomo. We'll talk about that more when we come to the Prakim and Shabbos. Talk about more muksa. Stay tuned for Ian and Sion when I talk about this last line in the Mishnah. Zakkai says, "I might be chayv chatas. Why should chayv chatas? It could be even sakanas tefashos over here. The akraf could kill you." Tell you why. Ian and Sion coming up next.